What is going on, everyone? The 76ers had a preseason game tonight, and they took care of business. No Ben Simmons, no Al Horford, no James Ennis. Furkan Korkmaz in the mix in the starting lineup, Mattise, Thybulle'S, and hey, Josh Richardson as your starting point guard. It was very weird. It was very interesting, but there were some things to take notice of. So, before we dive into this, just know, if you use the promo code BROADS at SeatGeek's checkout page, you get $20 off of your tickets. Get yourself to a game. So, we'll get into Josh Richardson as the point guard and whatnot, but let's talk about Joel Embiid's dominance today. In 22 minutes, he had 24 points, 8 rebounds. He was hitting that mid-range jumper. He couldn't be stopped. He was hitting his free throws. He came out hot. It was just nice to see Joel Embiid get into a groove and get into a rhythm. I'm curious to see what type of steps he's going to make this year. What's the jump going to be for Joel Embiid? Is it going to be more consistent with those mid-range jumpers? Is it going to be more back to the basket? Is it going to be the footwork? Is it going to be the low block and actually finding ways to get rhythm with that post-up game? Because he's not the smoothest with his back to the basket, and that makes sense considering he just really started playing the game of basketball, right? Isn't that wild to even think about? It really is. But what is the jump going to be for Embiid? Is it going to be the three-point shot? Is that going to be more consistent? I know fans hate when he does the pull-up from three and everyone starts freaking out. Get down low. Get down low. But did he work on his three-point game to the point where it could be more consistent and more of a threat? What is the jump going to be for Joel Embiid? But I liked what I saw today, of course, just the preseason. But I liked what I saw out of him and his dominance. It looked like he was just getting to a rhythm, getting into a flow, and running up and down the court. I know it's just 22 minutes, and I know that he had a rest day and already load management, and it's just the preseason, and he's already sitting games for load management. But I liked to witness Joel Embiid's greatness, and we saw that today. So let's get into Josh Richardson at point guard. I saw some things that I liked. I did. One thing I feel like I'm comfortable with Josh Richardson, and knowing that the playoffs are going to be a thing for the 76ers this year, right? I mean, right? Knowing that the playoffs are going to be a thing for the Sixers, I feel like him being the primary ball handler for the second unit is potentially what can happen in the postseason. I feel more comfortable with him. Not that I don't feel comfortable with Trey Burke. I like Trey Burke over Neto. But something about his experience and having serious time in this league as like a legitimate player, I liked what I saw. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it will translate to being an effective point guard on this team, but it at least raises the eyebrows, and I would continue to try it because I think he does have a certain swag to him and an understanding of the position. It's not easy to be a point guard. It's not easy to be the general of the floor. But I think he can definitely do that. And I saw him in Miami take over at times and be that guy. Can he lead that second unit on the Sixers at times and be that guy? I think it's very possible. He had 5 assists on the day. Mattise Thybulle'S continuing to be aggressive. And Brett Brown was talking about how he wants Mattise Thybulle'S to gamble. That's what he wants. He wants him to make mistakes, gamble, be aggressive, because it's all learning moments right now. He had 4 steals, 2 blocks, and because he's so great and quick with the hands and just so fantastic defensively, Brett's giving him the free pass right now. Gamble on things. Be aggressive. Learn the speed. Do this. Do that. Just take this all in and see what you can handle. Mattise obviously being someone that has been fantastic. There's no denying it. Mattise Thybulle'S has definitely been something where the fan base didn't expect it to be this great, and it is this great. Pleasantly surprised is what I'm getting at here, and it's super exciting to see. Now, Carson Edwards was a beast today for the Boston Celtics. What did he have? 8 3-pointers in a quarter? Yeah. Now, it is possible. It is possible that both players can be good, but here's the thing. could we have gotten Mattise Thybulle's without moving up and making the trade with Boston, and then also snagging Carson Edwards in the second round? Imagine both of those guys on this roster, both of those guys coming off the bench, because Carson Edwards can stroke the basketball. It looks smooth. The jumper looks fantastic. The kid can just flat out score. That's what I wanted off the bench. Now, Mattise Thybulle, we talk about his defense. We praise his defense. I think his shooting has surprised me and is better than I expected it to be. At one point today, he kind of had a nice pump fake, a nice step back, and found rhythm with a three. So it has been something that I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. At the same time, could you imagine both? Could you imagine both? And it just stings more knowing we made the trade with Boston. But we'll move on, all right? Because I'm not someone who loves to dwell so much on the past. I like to say, it is what it is. This is our team. Why go back and freak out on it and get all pissed off? This is what it is. And Mattise Thybulle has shown that he is a good player. He has an elite skill set at defense. So it's not like we picked, some trash bag off the street and let Carson Edwards and Mattise Thybulle go elsewhere. We made a pick where this kid looks like he's going to be very beneficial to our bench and be a lethal weapon for us defensively as well. So how about Furkan Korkmaz with the start? There's some praise about Furkan's game over the offseason within the organization. Oh no. Am I really going to have to deal with more Furkan Korkmaz this season? See, this is the thing. We talk about Zhaire Smith so far throughout this preseason, and he's getting playing time with Norvell Pell and Shayok and whatnot. Yet Furkan Korkmaz is getting the start in preseason. Now, why is that? I really wonder why that is. Why can't Zhaire Smith get a start? Is he that far down? Every time I keep questioning it even more and more and more. Because when I realize Furkan Korkmaz is getting the nod, why the hell is Zhaire Smith still getting playing time with the garbage guys late in the fourth quarter? It's just unbelievable. And speaking of Pell, though, you saw him dominate defensively at times, getting all these blocks and the bench going crazy, getting hype. It's cool to see the bench react that way. That's telling to me. That shows me that the culture is fantastic. Everyone loves each other. There's this good environment. People want to see him succeed. He's swatting balls left and right, bringing the energy and whatnot, and I just thought that was great to see the reaction. And speaking of some big men, Kyle O'Quinn continues to thrive with the passing. Big men, not all of them can succeed in terms of passing the basketball, and he had it on display once again with another fantastic pass in this game, and he just brings it. He brings the passing ability. You just don't see it out of the big men. One more tune-up game until the real deal. I want to see Ben Simmons in this game. I want to see him take another shot. It could be a 10-foot jumper, a 12-foot jumper. Think about it. So far in the preseason, we saw him hit a 3. We saw him hit a mid-range J, and that's about it when it comes to the jump shot. They played a game against the Magic on Sunday, and it wasn't on TV, and that bothered me. Now, I know the Eagles were on, and then you have the Eagles post-game, and then you have the Eagles Outsider show on NBC Sports Philadelphia, so that probably is why the game wasn't on TV, but you had Fultz coming back to Philadelphia. I know it's not a regular season game, but he came back to Philadelphia, and no one could really see it. There was a stream online, but it was a garbage stream where it wasn't really broadcasted. It was almost as if someone was behind the basket, and it was just awful. There was no way to really see it unless you were there, which sucked because I want to watch Ben Simmons. I want to watch these players in the preseason run up and down the floor so I can watch some of their skill sets, so I can see them really just run up and down the floor, and I just miss basketball that much, and I love the Sixers. Tobias Harris didn't have the best shooting day today. He's intriguing because he's going to have to take a step. Jimmy Butler was here last year. That took away from his game. You saw him a little bit at the 4, but I expect him to be a full-time 3 for the most part. Maybe he will play some 4 this year. I expected him really to lock down that 3 position. He's streaky at times. We had to pay him to keep him here. I'm just really hoping he takes that next step in his game as well. But I know he's got the right mentality too. I know he has the right focus level. I'm not questioning his character or his passion for the game or anything. I know he's got a great mindset and a great focus level. So, I'm just really intrigued with Tobias Harris and the type of role that he's going to fulfill this year, considering Jimmy Butler's not here and he's going to be the guy after Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. So, there it is. There is our third preseason game, and the Sixers look good. They look long. Al Horford, I can't wait to see the veteran presence that this guy does. I can't wait for the little things. That's right. I can't wait for good rotations, good communication, and just being a veteran presence, grabbing a rebound and a nice fundamental pass for a good fast break, and maybe running the court as well. Just the good old fundamental stuff. I can't wait to see him do that, and I can't wait for Mike Scott to nail a three for the first time in the electric Wells Fargo Center in a game that matters, and the Mike Scott Hive gets going, and the fans rise, and whew, we got Mark Jackson on the call, which at least gave it a little bit more energy in terms of making it feel like a bigger game. You can hear him getting adjusted as well, getting back in the rhythm of being on the call with Allah. It's coming real soon. The Boston Celtics will be in the building super, super soon. It sneaks up on you, just like this. The Flyers got going. The Eagles are 6 games in, just like that. Halloween's coming up, and the 76ers will tip off. It's exciting. It really is exciting. I love my Sixers basketball. All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.